Hey, so before this video starts, I did just make a Discord. We're doing frequent nitro giveaways and all that stuff. So yeah, link in description. What's going on, man? Alright, so today we're doing a full mixing tutorial, start to finish, leveling, mixing, effects, all that stuff. So yeah, let's go and get into that. So first off, this is a beat without any kind of mixing or anything like that. So yeah, just a fruity limiter to stop it from peaking. So first off, I just need to go through and EQ everything. So I already EQ'd the sample, and this sample was from my Discord. It was from this guy right here. I'll put his IG on the screen. It's super crazy, man. So you want to make sure there's no low end in the melody at all whatsoever. So this is without the EQ. Push down the low end to create like a curve right here. So yeah, after that we got this hi-hat. Really need to add like a light reverb, so let me turn the sample on and mix in some reverb. So yeah, just a little bit like that, and then let's just EQ it. So for the 808, I leave it completely alone. I never put any kind of effects on it, and yeah, we'll just go through and kind of EQ everything. Alright, so now everything is EQ'd, and we are a little bit cleaner now. So now let's go into actually like leveling. The first way is to just do it by ear. So I like to turn my melody down to like -21 right there. Then the clap, first thing I kind of start with. So it needs to be about that loud in relation to the sample, like -9 most of the time. So now the hi-hats. So the hats I got peaking at -6. So now let's just mix in the perks, kind of whatever I want it to be. The hi-hats and the clap and the melody, as long as you have those loud enough, it really kind of works. Alright, so about like that right there. If you're having trouble with mixing, your high end should be a lot louder than you think it should be, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, let me just bring this 808 in, man. Barely tapping 0 dB. So let me just export this so we'll have like something to compare to. I still have to compress it and make it hit really hard. But yeah, after that, we're just going to mess up all these levels right here. Drag out method 2. So yeah, this next method is for people who don't really know how to do it by ear and need like some kind of guidance. What you could do is just drag in some pink noise. I don't really feel like explaining the science behind it or whatever, but essentially it fills up 20 to 20,000 hertz in a certain curve that matches that of a well-mixed track, you know what I'm saying? So in theory, if you were to raise every sound just above the pink noise, it would be leveled. It works pretty well. All right, so we're going to want our pink noise routed to a mixer track, and we're going to peak it at -6 dB. And it is pretty annoying, by the way. So the goal here is to get the melody just loud enough that you can hear it just a very, very little bit above the pink noise. So like that right there. So we'll just turn it off and go to the next sound. And we're going to go to the hi-hat. Snare right here. Alright, so everything is mixed according to the pink noise. It mixed the high end really, really well, but it did not mix the sample well. So you're still gonna have to do that by ear because it's not perfect. So I'm gonna bring the sample down a lot because it's way too loud. Alright, so there's our final mix for the pink noise version. It was mixed by ear, pink noise. Alright, so there are some minor differences between the two mixes. It's really not anything noticeable. So yeah, it actually did surprisingly well. So yeah, after this, we're going to work on actually making it hit hard. So honestly, you could just slap a bunch of soft clippers on there and call it a day, but we're just going to use a limiter for this example. First thing you're going to want to do is just put a limiter on your master, and we're just going to turn the attack, release, and sustain all the way down. That's extremely important. If you don't do that, it's not going to work. So yeah, let me just pull the gain down a little bit until it's peaking at about -6. So now let's just drag the ceiling down, this knob right here, until it like crunches the beat as much as we want it to. So yeah, just about like that. So that's really hard and crunchy, but it's not like too much. So yeah, at this step, if you do this and it doesn't sound good, check your leveling. If you're very sure your leveling is right and it's still not sounding good, just try and change the 808 out. The 808 I used was the TRIFREEZE 808. It's a favorite 808. The main thing I like about this 808 is it sounds really good when it's clipped. It's not the limiter's fault. So chances are, if you can't really get a good sound out of your 808 with a limiter at all, you're probably doing something wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, after that, we're just gonna add a compressor. We're gonna just use Fruity Compressor for this. And let's turn the ratio to like 3:1. Threshold, let's turn that down to about -18, because that's where it's gonna like take effect. Let's go and raise the gain up some. Alright, just like that. Alright, so after that, let me just add a fresh air on here. It really accents like the crunch from the limiter. Final thing we're going to put on here is just another limiter, and the only knob we're going to be using here is the gain. So just go to the default preset right here, and we're going to do the same thing with the attack, sustain, except for here, the release, just a tiny bit like right there. It's just like as a safety measure to not introduce any like more distortion. So yeah, all you're going to want to do at this point is just mess with this purple knob right here. So yeah, just like that, that's the final thing. So yeah, if y'all got something from this tutorial, please let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow me on IG at therealtrifreeze. So yeah, until next time.